Hey everyone, this is Devon Joshi. I'm the managing editor slash webmaster for the Johnsonian, and here's a little review on the new themes that Google's put out. So I'm sure everyone by now has heard about the new changes to Facebook called Timeline. And let me just demo that again. We did a video on that, but so here's the new idea behind the Facebook profile. Well, Google actually has been working on some of its own design changes, what they've called the preview themes for Gmail. And today, you were first able to actually go out and get the full-on version of the new Gmail look. So it's no longer a theme option, but it's the new look. And that's kind of what you're seeing right now. Here's my Gmail address. Obviously, it's not a Google Apps like but this is my full Gmail. So let's just start going over the changes. First and foremost, you can see it starts all from the top with the black omnibar, something I've covered in previous videos. But I mean, the idea is that I can sign out of all my accounts right here, share something to my Google Plus, and manage different account options here. And of course, the same features exist up above. But the real star of the show, obviously, is a new change to Gmail, and so this is essentially a preview dense, if anyone was playing around with the preview theme, with a few little bells and whistles added. Obviously, I'm using priority inbox, so that still exists. I have my hierarchy of important unread, starred, and everything else, and this is my inbox versus my priority inbox. I have right side chat enabled, which is a labs feature. And then I have my inbox, and notice that when I hover, my tabs automatically expand. And I like that feature too, because I do use, and I call them tabs, I mean my labels. I use labels a lot, if you can't tell already. I think it's a great way to keep organized, and I actually have tiered labels as well. So I think it's nice to have them there, but also nice to keep them hidden when I don't need it, and to have this clean look of this my normal folders, and I can get to anything else I want to. Scrolling, there's the main scrolling feature, so the centers right here, and then I can scroll within subgroups. So this is my kind of like my widget subgroup right here, and notice when I hover over it, I get a nice little bar that comes up, and I can scroll down through, and I can also choose to hide them altogether. And so you can see I have my Google Docs and also my Google Calendar apps right here, and also the Send SMS, and I can minimize each one of those, and I can resize this any way I'd like, but right now I like it like this. Some other small aesthetic changes. Notice that I'm selecting on the inbox. I can click on starred, and I have a nice little white marker that moves down. And again, I'm a real fan of this design. I like it. It's nice and simple. The compose button, something that's changed from very early versions of Gmail. It's now a prominent feature, and even more so with the new theming. I can click down here and shuffle between my mail, my contacts, and tasks if I so choose. So that's pretty simple stuff right there, and my tasks obviously pop up. So yeah, that's some pretty simple stuff just to go just to look at it. Up top we have a simplified taskbar with the refresh button, so I can refresh my box without having to refresh the page. I can select emails, and notice that when I select emails, I have a whole new set of options that show up top. So here is an email that I got from Lifehacker, one of my subscription, and I can select. I can select everything. I can archive it, which will use the built-in archiving feature inside Gmail. I can report it as spam, delete it, mark it as read, and then here's something different that's changed. Now we have a move to and label are now shown as icons rather than the lettering, but the same thing exists. I can move to my labels as set, or I can just simply just hit the label rather than moving it physically out of the inbox. And to create new and manage labels feature still exists for both. And of course I have the more feature, which I can mark it as important or unimportant, add to star and filter, etc., or mute threads, which is essentially if I have a threaded message coming back and forth, I can mute that thread if it's becoming a little erroneous for me. So these are all features that have existed in Gmail for some time now, just a different look and feel. The look really comes down, continues on into little things like the attachments and stuff like that. Let me show you the new Compose window. Again, cleaner. It's a little bright. And they're really trying to go with this kind of grayed out blue, simple, but again, there's no real loss for functionality. Everything works just the way I've set it up to work. And the same thing with attaching files and everything like that. So overall, I like it. Let's dive into the settings menu real quick. First of all, this is where you have the changes. Now, I can revert to the old look temporarily, and that being there tells me right off the bat this is sticking. This isn't really, they're not just playing around with it. It will change, and I can change between comfortable, which expands it, essentially makes everything bigger, cozy, again, shrinking it down smaller, or my favorite, I happen to like compact. I like the smaller style. But depending on what you like, you can set. And this is essentially the offshoot of the different preview style themes that we were demoed starting a few months ago with the preview dense, preview light, all that mess. I can go to settings, and I can change all the same stuff here. Account information, things like that, maximum page size, labs, themes, all that is still there. And I can continue down and go to themes. And I think themes is the next place where you'll see a big change. Essentially here we have all the themes that are offered. Obviously there's light, which is what we're used to in preview. And let me just enable that for you. Okay, so this is what you will first see, and then you have some standard themes. Dark, and they're basically colored. So there's dark, soft gray, eggplant. Interesting colors, but obviously if you want to choose them, you can. Right here you have what they call HD themes. HD themes are essentially their kind of workaround on something new. There's wood, desk, which is what I've been using. I like it. Beach. And these are all plays off of some of the themes that they've already had. And I don't really like beach and stuff like that. Graffiti is an older theme, and they've kind of re-envisioned it. Turf is another one of them. And treetops. So, all this is pretty familiar to all of us. I don't know what really makes them HD. Perhaps my screen size isn't that big, but I'm just guessing that they're very large image files. And then, of course, you have some of the other themes like tree, ninja, candy, the terminal view, all these things. I think they picked their most popular ones and left them there. And you can still set your location, so the theme can move with weather settings and time of day, something that you'll see in tree, actually. So that's some of the major changes, I suppose. And again, it's a visual thing. Overall, I am a fan. I like it. It seems cleaner to me in a way, and I like the added little effects inside. Trying to give me more of a kind of like standalone email client without the need for a standalone email client. It's a very interesting concept to me. But yeah, that's the basic changes for the new Gmail suite. Nothing too over the top, but still I like it, and I think it's good, and I think that once you learn the basics of it and learn the new buttons, you'll be good to go. And I think that this is actually a good change, a smart change. Gmail has changed its view time after time, and the idea is that people tend to reject these things as a knee-jerk reaction. But I hate to break it to you guys, but this is one of those things that you're not going to be able to get away from. It is going to change, and I say embrace it. Go ahead and get it over with, and learn how to love it, or quit Gmail. My opinion. Some other things you can notice that these changes have moved over to things like Google Calendar. So again, we're getting this kind of preview themed, simple buttons, more in your face type things. Google Docs is the same way with the accentuated create buttons, and then Calendar, same thing. And then even YouTube has gone through some changes to its uploading portal, and you can select a file from your computer in the GUI, and then they've redesigned all this. So yeah, I think, kudos to Google. Visual changes are always good to see. I personally am always excited to see visual changes because, well, it's something that we interact with every day now, the Facebook, email, and all these type of web apps. And I like to see a new, fresh face, and especially when it works, nothing like it. So, thanks for watching. Any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to email me at joshed@mytgnow.com. And, thanks for watching, guys.